Assalamualaikum. My name is Shazani Aini binti Sharudin. Today, me and my group members will be present about river pollution. So, in my group, we have 5 members, who is me, Shazani Aini binti Sharudin. We have Nur Suhaila binti Ahmad Sabri, Nur Hafni binti Muhammad Khairi, Fatin Ali Farhana binti Ahmad Tamizi, and also Ifani Nabila binti Junizan.
So in this analysis, we're gonna talk about introduction, cases of the issue, which is we choose the Ganga River in India, the Yangtze River in China, and the Pasig River in Philippines. The next one, we're gonna talk about analysis of the problem, recommendation, and the conclusion. Before we go further into our analysis, I would like to start with a brief introduction about river pollution. River pollution happens when harmful substances enter the river and contaminated the water. This pollution usually comes from industrial waste, sewage, agriculture chemical, and plastic waste. When these materials flow into the river, they reduce the water quality and disturb the natural ecosystem. There are also a few simple ways to identify if the river is polluted. For example, we can notice from strong and unpleasant smell, bubble forming on the surface, changes of the color, or even when the presence of the animal. These signs are commonly used to detect early pollution. To understand river health, we also look at the water quality index. One important indicator is the pH value. The ideal pH level for fish and freshwater ecosystem is between 6.5 and 8.0. If the pH goes beyond this range, it can harm aquatic life. So this introduction gives us a basic understanding of what river pollution is. So how to identify it and how water quality is measured. This will help us analyze the issue in more detail in the next slide.
So next, I will present 3 major case studies of river pollution around the world. This example show how serious the issue has become and why action is needed. First, the Ganga River is located in northern India, especially near the city of Kanpur. The river faces severe pollution due to industrial waste, sewage discharge, and waste from religious and ritual activity. One well-known legal case related to this issue is Messi Mehta vs Union of India, where the court highlight the need to protect and clear the river. Next is the Yangtze River in China, the longest river after the Nile and the Amazon. Pollution here mainly comes from industrial and agriculture activity such as chemical waste, ship waste, and factory discharge. A major case occurred in 2016 known as the Jiangsu Toxic Waste Dumping Case, where the large amount of industrial waste were illegally dumped into the river. Lastly, the Pasig River in the Philippines. This river suffers from heavy industrial and domestic pollution, especially solid waste disposal, urban activity, and improper waste management have contributed to its long-term degradations. These 3 rivers show how pollution is a global issue. Industrial activity, improper waste management, and human behavior all contribute to the decline of river quality. Understanding this case help us find better solution for the future.
Next, I will explain the factor that cause river pollution, the impact it creates, and the current effort made by the government in India, the Philippines, and China.
Next, we will look at the analysis of river pollution in India, Philippines, and China. Each country has a different main cause because of the local activity and different development patterns. First is India. Any river in India, pollution is heavily influenced by the religious activities such as ritual, bathing, and offering, which often introduce waste into the river. In addition, untreated sewage from densely populated area is discharged directly into the river. Next is the Philippines. The Philippines experience severe river pollution mainly due to household sewage, as many communities lack of proper wastewater treatment. Plastic waste is another major contributor, especially in urban areas where improper disposal leads to river carrying out of the ocean. Many rivers in China are significantly affected by industrial waste, where factories release pollutant into waterways. In addition, chemicals from manufacturing and agriculture contribute to high level of toxic contamination into river.
Next, I will explain about the major factors that contribute to the river pollution in India, Philippines, and China. This factor can be divided into four main categories, which is environmental and physical factor, human factor, social factor, and economic factor. First, let's look at the environmental and physical factor. Many industrial regions in this country are located near major river, which make their river expose polluted runoff. Monsoon season also cause a heavy rainfall, and it make a sewage easily flow into the river. In case like typhoon, it push garbage and contaminated floodwater into their river. So natural condition and climates make a vulnerable pollution. Second, human activity. Factories discharge untreated or partially treated chemical waste into a river. Religious activity, especially in India, add more organic or solid waste into their river. In many communities, domestic sewage from households still flow into their river. This includes wastewater from kitchen, bedroom, or laundry. Next, economic factor. China and India have a large industrial economy that produce a huge amount of wastewater every day. Also, in the Philippines, they are struggle to with a rapid urban growth. Many cities lack of proper treatment facility and up their industrial and domestic waste into the river. Lastly, social and cultural factor. In some cultures, river used for ritual, ceremony, and offering. This can add more organic waste or solid waste into the water. Also, communities that live along riverbank use the river for washing, bathing, or sometimes they dispose their household waste into the river. This daily practice significantly contribute to the pollution. Next, I will explain about the impact of river pollution based on three main aspects, which is environmental, human health, and socio-economic impact. First, river pollution has a serious environmental consequence. When the river becomes polluted, it can lead to the death of aquatic life such as fish, plants, and organisms that depends on clean water to survive. It also causes a loss of biodiversity because some species can adapt with the polluted water. This damage natural habitat and disrupt the overall ecosystem. Next, river pollution also directly affect on human health. Dirty river can spread the waterborne disease such as cholera, diarrhea, and typhoid. These illnesses are often caused by virus and bacteria that are found in the contaminated water. Polluted river water also unsafe for daily use, especially in drinking, cooking, and bathing. Communities that depend on river water face a higher risk due to exposure to harmful consequences. Community that depends on Communities that depend on river water face a higher risk due to the exposure to harmful substances. Finally, river pollution brings economic and social impact challenge. The government and local community need to spend higher costs on clean water activity. People have to live with unpleasant smell, dirty surrounding, and poor sanitation. which affect daily comforts.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Irfani Nabila. So I will continue by explaining the recommendation. Before proceed to the recommendation, I would like to share the current effort in each country. So first, in India, the government launched the Ganga Plan Action in 1985 with a local budget of approximately 20,000 to 22,500 rupees to reduce the discharge of untreated sewage and restore the river's health. The plan includes sewage treatment plant STP construction and upgrade, treatment of wastewater and industrial effluent monitoring. However, there are still weaknesses in this action, particularly poor governance in the inefficient use of funds and poor maintenance of sewage treatment plants STP. In Philippines, the government organized Pasig River Rehabilitation in 1999 with overall objective to improve environmental management, particularly with wastewater management and urban renewal. Despite this, there are still weaknesses in this program, which is slow progress due to limited funding, weak enforcement, and informal settlement. Lastly, China also showed effort to protect their river by implement water pollution prevention and control action plan in 2015, also known as Action Guide to the National Effort Against Water Pollution. This action plan outlines 10 major measures to improve water management and pollution control. The action plan include upgrading the economic structure and controlling pollution discharge from industry. Next, I will continue with the recommendation for each country. For India, we recommend for maintaining efficient operation of STP because these facilities are available only in certain areas and are not fully operational. Although there are many STPs, their capacity is still insufficient to handle the actual volume of wastewater. For example, the success of Sweden's water management system is widely recognized because they succeed in using 100% treated water, while other parts of the world are releasing more than 3,000 million liters of untreated wastewater into rivers. Second recommendation focus on using community influence, especially through religious leaders to encourage more sustainable practices. Religious gatherings often involve large groups, so guidance from respected leaders can have a strong impact on public behavior. In Thailand, for instance, monks transform traditional offerings such as candle into tree saplings, turning a ritual into meaningful step toward reforestation. The third recommendation highlights the importance of the stricter enforcement when it comes to industrial waste disposal. Without proper monitoring, factories may continue release harmful pollutants into the environment. Strengthening inspection system can make industry more responsible and reduce environmental damage. For example, South Korea provides a good example through its system, which is WAMIS system, which conducts inspection to control industrial waste discharge and protect nature. Next, for the China, the first recommendation is the government need to maintain strict enforcement of environmental regulation. Strong law and consistent enforcement are essential to control pollution and protect natural resources. When regulations are properly implemented, they ensure the industry and communities follow environmentally responsible practices. For example, Singapore's Environmental Protection and Management Act (EPMA) and the ABC Water Program have successfully improved the condition of the Singapore River by enforcing clear environmental rules. For the second recommendation is to expand the use of green technology and encourage the growth of eco-friendly industries. This technology can significantly reduce pollution by improving the way wastewater and industrial waste are treated. Investing in such innovation also support long-term sustainability. For instance, Japan's membrane bioreactor (MBR) technology combine biological treatment with membrane filtration, effectively removing contaminants from water, even microplastic. Lastly, the third recommendation focuses on restoring rivers using natural methods like reforestation and filtration. By protecting and replanting watershed areas, pollutant can be naturally filtered before reaching water bodies. The approach not only improves river quality but also enhances biodiversity. In Costa Rica, reforesting key watershed areas has helped naturally reduce sedimentation and improve overall clarity. Lastly, moving to the Philippines, we have identified several key recommendations that can help in protecting river from pollution.
First, banning single-use plastic. It is important because these items are the biggest contributors to marine and river pollution. They are used once, throw away quickly, and end up clogging waterways, harming wildlife and affecting human life. By introducing a national ban, the Philippines can reduce waste at the source and ensuring the quality of the river water. For example, the European Union introduced the Single-Use Plastic Directive, which restricts the use of plastic items that are harmful to the environment. The policy aims to reduce the negative impact of plastic waste on marine ecosystem and human health. Next, the government can raise public awareness and involving communities since this problem cannot be solved by the government alone. Local participation encourage shared responsibility, ensure long-term behavior change, and make clean-up effort more sustainable. As we can see, in Indonesia, the government launched Citarum Harum program that shows the success of combining community participation with river cleanup activities. The program includes cleanup events, improved waste management infrastructure, and strict enforcement on nearby factories, and continuous public education. And last but not least, strict enforcement on waste disposal is necessary to ensure that existing laws are followed. Even if good policy exists, they will not effective without proper monitoring, penalties, and consistent enforcement. For instance, Singapore's and the Environmental Public Health Act, which strictly monitor illegal dumping and improper waste disposal. They also put heavy penalty such as fine up to 50,000 Singapore dollars for first-time offenders in order to ensuring compliance and reducing river pollution.
So let's move on to the last part, which is conclusion. In the conclusion, the pollution in Ganga, Yangtze River, and also Pasing shows that human activity have a big impact on the environment. Even though India, Philippines, and China have started many programs to clean their river, the problem continues because laws are not always followed. Infrastructure is not enough and people still throw waste into the river. These rivers are important for life, so keeping them clean is necessary for healthy communities, safe water, and strong ecosystem. To truly fix the problem, governments, people must work together by improving waste management, following rules, and learning how to protect the environment. If everyone plays their role and their part, this river can recover and become cleaner for the future generation. That's all from us. Thank you.